So I just got absolutely roasted on 4chan, like pretty viciously. And I wanted to make a video in response, because I don't know, I could see where they were coming from. So at the time of this recording, I just uploaded a video showcasing me failing Mark Burnett's art video tutorial. And 4chan naturally watched it and shared it and roasted me for it, which I was a little surprised that 4chan even found it. I mean, I'm a pretty small channel, but they did, and they weren't very nice. So here it is, in all its glory. Basically, the TLDR is I'm forever a beginner, and I have to be mentally retarded or have, you know, a learning disability, because how could I be so bad after all this time, and that I'm essentially just a fake, pandering, forever bad, cringe fest creator and like YouTube channel. And this comment in particular sums up kind of the entire sentiment of the roast. So it's basically, I'm this. And that he starts off by saying, reading this thread made me feel bad for the dude, which, well, thanks. But not anymore. After a quick poke around his channel, I now see him for what he really is. He has a top-of-the-line art setup, gives tips on how to best market yourself on social media, draw piles with fellow artists, interview with concept artists literally noticed by a Japanese artist, and then what does he do? He spends more time video editing and hand-selecting background music for video games than actually drawing itself. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Every single time. This motherfucker is a goddamn pretender who does literally everything, but actually draws and then complains about his begness on the internet. Nothing more, nothing less. Fuck him and everyone like him. I mean, I can see where you're coming from with that. Because here's the thing. I mean, I hate that this is true. This is valid. I definitely see myself in this comparison than I would like. And it sucks. And I have struggled for the longest time with exactly this, of actually sitting down to draw, because in the past I've been too prideful to think that I would be bad at art, or that I would be bad at something, or if I'm not instantly good at something the second you sit down to do it, which is stupid and toxic and, again, prideful. And because of that, I was afraid to draw and afraid to practice, because I thought, you know, well, it's just going to suck. It's not going to be good. And then that would make me sad and discouraged that I couldn't actually create what I see in my head on the paper. And it was demoralizing and all of these things. And I would hide from it. That's right. Totally accurate. And as such, you know, because you're hiding from practicing, because you're hiding from feeling bad about yourself because it's bad, because you can't let yourself, you know, be bad at the beginning because you're a beginner, which for me, it was pride. You go and you buy a bunch of different stuff to try to feel like you're still learning, but without having to actually draw, without having to actually do the thing that's scary. So you get all these accessories and stuff, or books and Cintiqs or pens or Copics or whatever it is. And I totally did that. 100%. And as far as, you know, gives tips on how to best market yourself on social media and drawing, you know, a bunch of different things from, you know, environments to 3D to figures to whatever else. I mean, that was honestly, at the time when I started my YouTube channel, I graduated college and was working at Olive Garden as a server and as a bartender, and I was trying to do anything and everything to get out of that situation, to get out of that job, to get out of that industry. So I just tried to do whatever I thought would pay the most. So I thought I started doing concept art and photo bashing in 3D and was trying to like get as good as humanly fast as possible, because I thought that I could get out that way, which of course slowed down my progress overall and fragmented my improvement, and it just cynically wasted a lot of time. More charitably, you could frame that as like an area of exploration of where I was trying to figure out what I liked and what I didn't and why and what kind of artist I wanted to be. But the reality is that I did end up slowing down my improvement a lot because I kept jumping ship from, you know, focus to focus to focus to focus to focus. Partly out of impatience, partially out of, you know, not liking it as much as something else that I found instead. So maybe that's ADD, but like I was learning and what I liked and what I didn't, which again just comes back to spends more time with video editing and hand selecting background music than actually drawing itself. And that's also 100% true. My comfort zone was already with video editing, and I liked video editing, and I thought maybe if the video editing was good enough and if I could be relatable enough to help other people share my journey and try to overcome my stuff and learn and improve, then maybe I could get out of the restaurant industry by, you know, being an artist or being a YouTuber full-time. And I don't really feel bad about saying that. Like, yeah, I was trying to be a full-time YouTuber, but I very quickly realized that I wasn't an expert at art and I couldn't make expert art tutorials because I didn't know what I was doing. So instead of trying to be fake and try to say, this is how you do things, this is how you do it, this is how you be good, which I made videos of those in the past, I stopped doing that because I wasn't an authoritative voice and there were other people who could explain it better. So then I pivoted my channel into, okay, well, if I can't give people concrete advice because I'm not qualified to do so, then the best I can do is share my journey of me trying to get good over time and hope that that encourages other people. So then naturally, when you pivot to that and you don't improve very fast, well, then people will then rip on you for being stupid and for not, being a fool. And if only you did X, Y, Z, you'd be better and whatever else. So that's basically what happened on 4chan because I switched to a model of, hey, this is me sucking, this is me improving, hopefully it encourages you. The people who it doesn't encourage, they just look at you like you're a moron. So in conclusion, should I draw more? Absolutely. Do I still struggle with that perfectionist side of me and laying down my pride and being okay with, drawing and it not being as good as I wish it would be and actually enjoying it for the sake of drawing and not enjoying it for the sake of being good? Like, can I actually enjoy the journey and not the destination, which I've been talking about recently because I'm really trying to do that? Can I actually enjoy drawing for its own sake? Even if, can I actually just draw and have it not be so scary? That's real time. At the time of this, I'm actively working through that. And this is about as a good time as any to say that I'm starting my new job next week and I won't be able to have as much free time to, make videos or draw. So then that comes to the rub is, are you going to spend more time editing videos or are you going to spend more time drawing? And at this point, I'm so tired of having not improved, I'm going to be spending more time drawing than I am going to be making content. So I'll be making less videos and uploading them, but hopefully that those videos that I do put up will have more concrete lessons that I've learned. My channel is literally just a diary or a journal of my journey of trying to get good at art and hoping that my experience can help and encourage other people on theirs. And to the people it doesn't encourage, I probably look super cringe. I mean, it's obvious I do. Like 4chan just revealed that. I'm super cringe to people who aren't encouraged. So it seems very 0 or 100. You seem to really like me or you really don't. And I guess that's fair because, yeah, I'm not super good. But I guess 4chan, I see where you're coming from. I'm not surprised that you're saying what you're saying. The only real answer I guess I can say is that I see where you're coming from. And maybe we'll have to agree to disagree. I don't have a learning disability. I'm not autistic. Maybe you'll think I'm lying. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess. But I'll just have to prove you wrong. And I'll have to show you that I can get out of this phase, that I'm doing my best to get out of this, and that one day you'll see. And one day I'll actually be good. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm sorry if I've upset you. I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible with my journey. And I can't please everyone. Ideally, the hope would be the people for sure, like, oh, I see where he's coming from now. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's not cringe anymore. But you can't please everyone, so I'll still be cringe, or I'll still be manipulative, or I'll still be, whatever they're gonna want to say. But to those who have been here with me and have, shown support for me and liked my content, thank you. That means a lot to me. You're the reason why I do this. And I'll do this even if YouTube doesn't be a full-time thing for me. Even if it's always a small thing on the side, I'll still do it. And I would like to think that I've shown that in my actions by continuing to do this for 5 years. Cynically, the critics would say, well, that you're just doing it because you're still holding out and hope that you'll be famous one day. So, and that's the main reason why. So, good for you for continuing to be so, delusional or selfish or whatever, that you're continuing to go on with this goal of being a full-time YouTuber. Good luck with that. And that's why they think I'm still going. But for me, I'm still going because I think that I can still help people. I genuinely don't expect my channel to blow up. I don't. Maybe when I get really good, but even then, probably not. So, I don't know. Can't please everyone. I just wanted to address that, and a little bit rambly. but I spent less time on this video, a little bit out of spite. Just because they're giving me such a hard time for how much time I spent doing the other ones. So, all right, back to drawing. My CGMA classes just started, so I'm looking forward to seeing what I can learn from those. And for those of you who supported me, thanks so much. For those of you who don't, I hope that maybe you can come around and not be mean anymore. Anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate it. I'll continue to share what I learn as I learn it, and I hope that my channel can help you in some way. See you next time.